After I bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
Dollars. What up, everybody? The Gritty Gamblers are back in the building.
Yeah.
And that's
How you
Matt over
doing?
there. How you doing, Matt?
Doing good, bro. Doing good. We back here on this Thursday, getting ready for this weekend here in August, man. Getting ready for this NFL season coming up. We got basic fight night card tonight. On Saturday night. Got a little bit of soccer tonight, a little MLB tonight. Stuff moving around. How you been?
I'm doing good. We hit a little bet this morning on the Brewers versus my Braves.
Okay.
But they kind of blew them out, and I kind of had a feeling. And right now we're riding the Reds. Last time I checked, right before the show, it was 3-3 tied up. So you can still probably hit that if you want to. And we have the under parlayed with that in the Carolina Panthers and New England Patriots game. Want to go ahead and get those out because those games have started. And, the under looking really good. I'm not going to lie. These boys can't do nothing. Nothing. They can't even tackle. Watching it right now. Oh, they got it. But, yeah, how you doing? What's up?
Pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. My bad. I was tracking a bet that I got into, bruh. I got a 3-leg on MLS tonight with the Leagues Cup that we've been grinding recently. I just need to double check because honestly, the iffiest team in my ticket, who you can't grab them anymore, actually at this point, Inter Miami in 20 minutes are already up 3-1. So you might not. It might be too late to be able to grab a price on them. I still do have Tigres tonight playing versus Pachuca, the two Liga MX teams. I like Tigres tonight. They had good movement leading in from the morning, and they moved even better still now from the morning. I have Tigres tonight, and then I also have the Seattle Sounders. That's
You got the Tigres? Who's that? Like the Tigers?
Tigres. It's soccer.
Oh, soccer.
Tigres.
I didn't know what he was talking about, fellas.
Yeah, I had Miami tonight with the Inter Miami. I had them tonight, but they're already up 3-1 right now, so can't really add them to anything. But I did want to give them a highlight on that because even though it's too late to add them to something, they're still up. We also have Tigres tonight, and we have the Seattle Sounders tonight. Seattle Sounders and Tigres both have really good movement. Seattle's actually playing at home versus the LA Galaxy, versus Tigres is playing. They're both playing at a neutral site, Pachuca and Tigres. Tigres is one of the better teams in Liga MX, so I like those two tonight. I did have a couple MLB leans that I didn't play, but based off the movement, we're looking pretty good. The Reds were one of them. The Seattle looks really good tonight, in my opinion, personally.
I've been looking at the movement too. I ain't gonna lie. listen to Casa.
What was it? The
3-3 top of the 7.
Mariners had good movement tonight. They're just overvalued for price slightly. The Yankees were too, and now the Yankees are losing. The Brewers, yeah, they just blew up. The most locked team that is just too late. Literally, let me put it to you this way: I didn't get the bet in on this team in time today because I was in the middle of making the recap in the middle of the day today, which was the San Diego Padres, who are the hottest team in baseball right now, betting wise.
Oh yeah, I know. I've bet it on the last 3 nights.
Yeah, Padres are just different, bro. Right now, they have one of the best closing rotations in the whole league.
Peralta was on the mound today, so that was good. And Contreras started the first inning with a home run, and then there was 2 home runs in the second. Another one in the third.
I think that was Montanez. That's Frankie Montanez. That's somebody different, right?
I thought it was Peralta.
No, Peralta pitched yesterday.
Oh, it is Montez. I could have sworn I read Peralta.
He pitched yesterday.
Hey, but look at all these home runs. Look, they keep hitting home runs. Dude, they just hit home runs all day. Who's pitching for the Braves?
Let's see. Charlie Morton, bro.
Bro.
One of the better pitchers for the Braves. Like, not this
How
year,
many innings he
overall.
pitched?
Bro, he pitched 2.5, and he
Yeah, I
gave
know.
up 8 earned runs.
9 hits, 8 errors.
Bro, the guy who came in with it came in
8
second.
errors.
Yeah, yeah. No, 8 earned runs.
Oh, 8 earned runs? That's correct. All right, that's what ER is?
Yeah.
What's error? ERR?
I don't think they would put it under pitchers because it wouldn't fall under their pitcher stats.
I don't know. Where is it? I don't see it.
Hmm?
What else they got? Dang. His ERA today was 27.
He got roughed up today, bro.
Hey, I was on the Brewers.
No, I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Mets was another. So pretty much, yeah. The Mets looked good today. The Padres, pretty much all the baseball plays
I
that I
might
did
have to
not
get a
get.
Brewers hat.
Bro, you're shameful for that. But all the baseball plays that we was typing up today have been tracking really well.
Nah, yeah, they have. Except for the Yankees. I was going to bet the Yankees, too.
Hey, but you see the note that's right there though, right?
Nah, I
Yankees are
didn't see
hot, but they're
them.
also overpriced, so not really worth betting on.
Let me make sure I did. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't.
Eh,
I didn't
The
see it.
only thing that's interesting that we haven't even mentioned yet is that the Diamondbacks are very interesting tonight versus the Phillies because the Diamondbacks are hot as shit right now, 8-2 in their last 10.
Yeah, I might take the Diamondbacks. Look at that movement.
Yeah, bro.
4 in a
Trust
row.
me. When
Well,
I
who's
type
pitching?
Jordan Montgomery, I think,
Yeah, you see his ERA?
brother. Do you see the ERA of the guy he's facing?
-1.5 is +160.
I don't know about no 2 runs, man. You know I hate that stuff with baseball recently, bro. Too gimmicky.
I see people taking the Phillies, though.
That's why it's interesting. It wasn't a lock. Like in my opinion, I thought the stuff earlier in the day were locks. Like
Nah, I ain't touching it. I'm going to stay with what I got. But I do got something for tomorrow, I think. I'm going to ask you about it. Not baseball-wise, but women's basketball.
okay. Um,
That's tomorrow, right? USA?
yeah. Give me a second before we get
Yeah,
there.
no. I know.
But let me just finish. Let's just finish recapping the Olympics over the week between the big events. We got Canada lost in the quarterfinals of the basketball tournament for the Olympics, man. Embarrassing loss to France. We talked about it on our last week's show. They were supposed to be in the finals, potentially semifinals, if they got their ball in like brain working together, but clearly they couldn't, and SGA was left alone at times, and France just suffocated them, which leads to France now actually with the win that they had today in the semifinals versus Germany, now in their host, being the first host nation since 1996 to be playing at home. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And then with that, we also have to say congratulations to Noah Lyles. He did win the 100-meter dash. However,
USA.
unfortunately, he did not win the 200-meter
Yeah,
dash
I
today,
didn't
but
see
got to
that.
give him credit. He did run with COVID.
I did
And
not see that.
yeah, he ran with COVID. They had to wheelchair him out after he got off like the big stage. He could have had a hard time breathing, and he still got third. So I gotta give Noah Lyles credit. I doubt he runs for us in the relay team, but to be completely honest with you, with Jamaica's shocking loss and not qualifying for the final of the 4x1 relay, Jamaica of all countries did not qualify.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was shocked. Since Jamaica did not qualify, I really do think the U.S. is gonna still be the huge favorite to win the gold medal in the 4x1, just because the talent we have in our relay team pool. Um, Also, I did want to bring up Australia were a huge odds upset after being up +20 on Serbia in the quarterfinals of the Olympic basketball tournament, only for Serbia to do almost the exact same thing in the semifinals today versus the United States. Serbia went up as much as 18 points and still proceeded to lose to the United States in the fourth quarter by the end of the game. So I just found it hilarious how Australia had an even bigger loss, yeah, but they can still look at Serbia, who did it to them, and be like, first time?
First time.
Oh, is this your first time?
Oh, first time, eh?
Nah, but tons of stuff going on in the Olympics going right now. Shout out to Sydney McLaughlin-Laverne, uh, breaking her own world record, winning the 400-meter hurdles. Probably or most dominant track athlete that the United States has on the field. I mean, on the track part of it. Ridiculous, ridiculous, man.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, overall, Olympics are starting to come down, wind down a little bit now. One thing I wanted to shout out that I thought was pretty cool. I didn't even get to really bet on it, but I wanted to bring it up. I think his name was Ryan Cutter, if I'm not mistaken, the shot putter for the United States that won his third gold medal, bro. In
Yeah.
dominating fashion, bro. He changed the sport, they said, because of the way he launched his. He changed his launch angle to where now everybody has to do launch angles like him just to compete. So if you're doing that stuff, and I saw that video of his hand with his arms side by side with his shot put hand is so much stronger, and his fingers can't move back but they can't move back a certain way because they're too strong, like with the
Really?
pressure. Bro, he said, what is it? A 16-pound ball going 40 miles an hour for over 10 years will do that to you, because like he has so much muscle in these fingers that it doesn't move, like from
Yeah.
normal pressure.
I never realized until I broke my pinky how like long your like finger bones are, bro. They go all the way down to like, bro. They go all the way down.
Through your wrist, right?
No, they go like all the way through here. I had to put. That's why if you break your pinky, they're gonna put you in like a. They're gonna wrap the whole bitch up. They're
Yeah,
gonna wrap the whole thing.
yeah, screw that.
So I had to have that for a minute. That sucked.
Yeah.
And it's wrapped. It's not a cast, so it's even worse. Well, you can take it off, but no one can sign it.
Let me ask you this. What were you looking what was your question on US basketball for the women's? Was it US
I,
basketball?
yeah. Asia Wilson double double.
How's she been tracking in her past few games? Has she been hitting it?
Let me look. It's
'Cause
hard to find the like Olympic stats.
bro, that's why I asked you to open a question instead of looking it up myself, because I know that. It's tough. I mean, at least on the apps that I
That's
use. You
about
know I
it.
use ESPN.
She got a double double in all the games but one versus Germany. Who are they playing?
Uh, let's pull this up. They play Australia.
Yeah, they gonna get that. She gonna get that. I'm gonna put that in. What you think about that?
Ooh. I think that could be solid. I just realized, well, we were gonna talk about it anyways in here. Never mind, it's fine. No, Australia, U.S. I mean, they should dominate them. Australia has a couple solid players, not like it used to be. Like in the mid 2000s, Australia was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Now,
so with that being said, what do you think about the plus 17 and a half?
the spread,
Yeah,
bro.
Australia.
I'm all. Oh, you mean Australia plus 17.5? I was about to say that might not be bad. Yeah, it's just it's a hard borderline with Team USA, because when you think about it, there's games like today, like the men's team had, where they were
Yeah,
favorited by like 16, and then they won by 5. And then there's games like, for example, the Brazil game where they win by 40. So it's like when you're in the semis, it's kind of like I'd lean towards the Australia plus 17 versus the United States minus 17 if you're gonna pick one, but it is a difficult spot.
you said what?
I said if I were to pick one, I'd lean Oz plus 17 instead of the United States minus 17, but it is a
Yeah.
difficult spot.
You said it's a difficult spot. I couldn't hear the last part. Check this out. That'll probably help. What about Julie Van Loo over 2.5 threes? You know anything about her? Apparently, she's shooting 9 for 33 at 27%. But last year In the Eurobasket, she shot 43.6% and made 24 threes in 6 games.
I don't know too much, but I know that some of those Olympic hoops have magnet balls. The way I was watching today, bro. You know how many threes went in today? You know how many threes went in today, bro?
How many?
Bro. Can't even. The United States shot 60% as a team today. I know it's men's basketball; it's a little different ball stuff, but still, those hoops, they're working.
Yeah, she's went 4 for 8, 1 for 11, 1 for 9, and 3 for 5.
So you got like somewhat iffy, it's a little bit consistent, but a couple spots.
It's plus money.
Might not hurt to take it like a swing.
I think I'm gonna make a little parlay.
Parlay Joe stepping up to the table. Alright, in the meantime, let me just bring up a couple of these starts. So, as you know, we've been covering a lot of soccer recently here. Well, we also have league soccer around Europe starting to come back this weekend. We're just going to cover a couple spots around the world that's going to have a big team hosting a game or playing a game. Going to the Portuguese league, we're going to have Sporting, the Sporting CP, the Sporting Lisbon, one of the big 3 clubs in Portugal, going to be hosting that game at home. Probably not worth even looking at for betting wise, because I think they're like minus 600. However, I did want to highlight that it is starting on Friday, and then we do have a couple more games going on over the weekend for the Portuguese league. The Turkish league is also starting up on Friday with Galatasaray playing. I think they were sitting around minus 300, so same situation, kind of overpriced, yeah, but it's nice to highlight that they're there, and you also have an option if you really want to put something in a parlay, if you really want to, but I wouldn't. The Dutch league, you got FC Groningen coming in. I think they're sitting at minus 145. That might be solid. That's the club of Iron Robin. I actually might think that might be a decent shot, but the two that I'm probably looking at to see if they're interesting the most is going to be the Scottish League, which is on Sunday. It already started last week, but there's a game on Sunday I like. It's Celtic. They looked really good in preseason. They looked good in their first game. Celtic could be a nice parlay add. They're sitting around minus 250, minus 270, so you can add them to a parlay potentially. And then we also have the Austrian League, which RB's at Salzburg is the other team. My personal opinion is they're overpriced because I think they're over minus 300, but they should definitely win. So if you can get a spread on them, maybe get some cheaper price. Because the reason I bring up teams like the teams I just mentioned is what you're saying. Well, Matt, why are you bringing up these teams? The odds are ridiculously terrible. Why would we bet on them?
Yeah, why are we gonna bet on that?
And here's where I'm going to go with you on this. When a team in these types of leagues that I mentioned, in a particular 38 to 35 game season, depending, like for example, depending on some of these how high the level, like Groningen's not one of those teams. But say it was like, there's a reason I didn't even bring up PSV, who plays on the same weekend. PSV is minus 900 to win their first game. So what you want to do is bet a spread on these games because these teams are most likely in leagues where the level of competition from team 1 to team 20 is way worse than, for example, one of Europe's top 5 leagues. You go to Germany, the Bundesliga, from team 1 to team 20 potentially. So there's a highly likelihood that teams only lose 1 to 3 games all season through about 40 games. So in terms of like the top level of these lower leagues, like the top team. So if we're able to identify that early in a season and identify a target, and we're able to identify a spread system for that target, you are able to constantly rake in on certain targets of that team every other weekend potentially, depending on who they're playing, where they're playing, how their matchup fits, all that type of stuff. But now you have a range you didn't even know existed because of how locked in these teams are. Sporting being minus 650, we have Salzburg being minus 370. These are teams that almost, well, Salzburg wins their huh?
You gotta parlay that.
Salzburg being minus 370 is interesting because when you grab that spread, Salzburg's probably the best team in the Australian Bundesliga. So if you're getting them at a spread price pretty cheap, you might get them near plus money at a spread depending on how many goals you're going to give. If you're just going to give one, you might get them at still minus money. Maybe you're going to give instead of minus 370, you're going to get them at like maybe minus 145, maybe minus 190. If you go and get them at two goal spread, you might be looking at plus money there. You never know.
Well, plus money.
But that's why I did want to highlight that this weekend a lot of the soccer around the different leagues is starting to start back up. So shout out for that.
Shout out.
Moving on. Yeah, we're kind of finishing up what we started. The end of the Olympics this weekend. We're gonna have the end of the track and field events, the Olympic basketball finals, the Olympic soccer finals. I will tell you this: France versus Spain is the final of the soccer men's tournament tomorrow. I do have France favored at home personally. I think they have a little bit more experience in their not in their lineup necessarily, but their overage players are really good in my opinion in terms of Mateta from Crystal Palace, and they have Lacazette, who's not like excellent, but he's a leader and for the kids that are playing there, and some of their specific underage players like Olizi. I mean, he's already a top tier player in the Premier League now that just went to the Bundesliga, so I like France to be favored versus Spain, especially on home soil.
I like it. France versus Spain.
Yeah.
France.
And then, speaking of France, France versus the United States in men's basketball is also your men's Olympic final for basketball. I personally think that the U.S. just got their scare. No one on France is going to be able to play with the IQ that Jokic did against the United States today. And they're not going to. France doesn't have the shooters to hit 63s practically like Serbia did, it felt like. Serbia hit a bunch of threes, but when you actually look at Serbia's overall shooting, it was not that good, bro. They did not shoot the ball well. They hit a lot of threes, yes, but they also were shot chucking more or less. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Like Serbia, for example, Serbia went 15 of 39 from 3. The U.S. went 16 of 32, bro. The U.S. made one more on 7 less attempts. And they were trailing most of the game, the U.S. So, yeah. I truly think that the U.S.'s adversity came in this game and that they're going to be playing France fairly easy in the gold medal fight. I think the U.S. will win the medal, obviously.
The U.S. will definitely find a way to medal and win gold.
Yeah. I think in both basketball, men and women's.
Maybe women's. If the 3v3 team can figure a way out.
Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. The 3v3 is rigged against the United States. I don't care about it.
Well, I mean, we barely really say anyone, so.
Bro, what do you mean? How can we? They want us to. They have to go compete in random tournaments, 3-on-3 tournaments throughout the season. And half of them are in the NBA season, bro. We're not going to send players. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's weird.
Bro, it's rigged against, bro. FIBA wanted something that the non-US countries can compete at. Big whoop. Just because we dominate in basketball. Because we have the best player pool. Why do you think we hit Jimmer or Cordette out there getting massage gun to the inner groin because he was
2024,
dying?
man. 2024. Everybody got to win something.
Bro, why do you think we got Jimmer Fredette out there struggling with one leg hamstring because he's getting ran over by all these kids, man? Come on.
We got Jimmy for that. I did see that. That's funny.
My boy was out there struggling,
I
bro.
don't
They
know
had
if that was a hamstring. I don't know what that was. He was getting rubbed out.
the
but I
medic
don't-
had to help him.
I
Help
don't know if
him.
that was a hamstring.
And I'm trying to be diplomatic.
Oh, I know you are.
Man. I just parlay, man. Also, I will give this. My personal prediction is the U.S. will win the 4x100 relay. I do think they will complete that. I hope that Quincy Wilson from Virginia gets a chance to run on the 4x400 relay team. He's only 17 years old, 16 years old. The kid was born in 2008, and he's at the Olympics right now.
That's wild.
Yeah. Think about this. Saban started coaching Alabama before this kid was born.
I know. My brother was born in 2006, so he's not even out of high school yet, bro. This kid is still in high school.
And he's in the Olympics.
He's like 15, 16, 15.
Bro, he has the record for the fastest 400-mile under the age of 16 and 17.
That's crazy.
400 meter, not mile, obviously. 400 meter.
Yeah, he runs 400 yards.
Yeah, clear too. But, phew, it's gonna be interesting. Thank you. The Olympics was actually really fun this year. I gotta give them credit. I was entertained for a lot of it. After people calmed down about that opening ceremony that people were freaking out about, after people calmed down about the opening ceremony and we actually got to watch the sports and just, the Olympics, it's cool, man. Shout out USA Network for also being a 24-hour Olympic network station, too. But moving on. I think we kind of covered both of these, but we're going to just swoop back in and just kind of give them another swoop on to wrap up here. It's kind of short show tonight, not too much to cover. We will kind of get back in a little bit here in a second. I forgot to put this in the notes, so I'll probably save it for the end. But we will finish our recap of the UFC card and finally give one more lock for the UFC card on Saturday. But back to what we were doing. Leagues Cup tonight, like I told you, I already have Miami in the play. They were interesting, safer. I used them in a safer bet just because we didn't know about lineups, aka if Luis Suarez was going to play or not. Seattle and Tigres both have really solid movement and have had them all day. And I also think FC Cincinnati should be almost a lock for tomorrow. They're probably, in my opinion, one of the favorites to win this tournament, and they're playing at home again tomorrow, so that should be very solid for them. They're already above minus 200 right now, so it might not even be worth touching if it keeps moving throughout tonight into tomorrow. And then with the MLB, we talked about the Reds. I brought up the Mariners. I love the Mariners movement. Brian Wu was one of my favorite pitchers to bet on when he's pitching for the Mariners. So fun. The Diamondbacks, like I said, could be interesting. And then the Yankees were not worth betting on. They were losing the last time we checked, so if I pull that up, let's see. Yankees losing. Reds are still tied with the Mariners. Let's see. Yeah, Mariners hasn't moved too much. And then the Diamondbacks still has good movement on it. So, yeah, MLB hasn't really changed since we last looked. What you think?
What about what?
Some of the MLB that we got.
MLB? I don't know. I haven't looked into the tomorrow yet.
No, I wasn't talking tomorrow. I was just thinking like the Diamondbacks and stuff like that.
Diamondbacks? I mean, we already said we were thinking about it, but I said, nah, I'm not going to bet it. I'm going to stick with what I got. I like the Reds. Let's check on that Reds score.
3-3.
Still? All right.
Yeah. Bottom of the 8th.
All right. Reds are plus money right now.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Now, moving to the UFC card, because this is, I knew I forgot to type about it because it's the NPC heavyweight card, bro. Both these guys are guys that fight in only the Apex, and whenever they leave the Apex, they get beaten down. But Spivak is favored, and the fight keeps moving in his favor slightly. He also has been in a little bit more high-profile fights recently. His last loss was to Ciryl Gane, who Gane's gonna destroy the creative fighter, so I can't really blame him for that, bro. Ciryl Gane's legit. But, yeah. I'm leaning Spivak here. Tybura is not washed like Tai Tuivasa. Tai Tuivasa got handed to him by Tybura, so yeah, I'm leaning with Spivak here. I definitely think that... Bro, what the heck just happened?
What?
They pulled the lock from the card. They pulled the lock from the card. What is this? Hold up, I gotta look this up. I swear there was a Basharat brother on this card. Wow. That's crazy. Nah, that's messed up. This guy was the lock, bro. Yeah, Basharat was the lock in this co-main, but the fight got canceled, man. That's crazy.
Costa's lock was canceled. Hey,
Yeah.
another reason why we shouldn't use that word.
Fight hasn't even started, parlay. Bet was not even put in.
Hey, it got canceled.
How am I supposed to deal with this guy trying to fight Michael Venom Page outside the damn building, bro? It's not my fault. Basharat tried to shoot a double leg on Michael Venom Page.
You said the word and it got canceled immediately after. That's all.
We're not dealing with Parlay Joe's semantics on in this moment. All right. At the end of the day, brother, the fight never happened, so it doesn't matter. Move.
Wow.
Anyways, I still think Spivak's going to be a good fight on this card, but I'm not going to put something like that on the lot. What are you doing?
And that's a G.
4?
The G word.
Oh, I don't. All right, this is how we're about to end this show. So, this man Parlay, you know what he heard once? I think he got scarred ever since. I don't know if you've seen this video, but it's this guy talking about the quality product of Flex Seal, and
that's not where you get it from.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
You can't say those words. It's from Barstool.
Okay, well, no, that's different. I'm just talking about the loud ad when he sprays it and he's like, you put it on the water and it's guaranteed. You put it in the water, you spray it down. You see this? This boat is fixed. You see this hole? Guaranteed for your money back.
I gotta say that word. It's so funny. I'm like, man, I don't know about this word.
Hey, I'm talking about a Flex Seal ad.
They'll be like, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Can't do it, man.
There's a difference between what you think is a lock pick and a guarantee, in my personal opinion, though.
I got asked if I guarantee it. I said, yeah.
That's in the back of your mind. You're like, I hope this bet missed just cause. Snap, but yeah, I mean, Parlay, I think that's it. Short Thursday show for us today. We're going to be back at the end of the Olympics next week. Going to cover this NPC UFC card 2 this weekend. We'll be back. Some preseason going on too this weekend, right?
Preseason is on right now, my boy.
All right, so yeah. That being said, man, that's the brother Parlay.
Hopefully this weekend.
Oh,
right
we
there.
lost. Oh, he's pointing. Oh, you talking about the Colts? Oh, you funny.
That's Matt.
That's Parlay, man. We the Gritty Gamblers, man. Catch y'all on Monday. Peace.
Hey, sayonara.
Whenever I bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.